Hi everyone, it's Jess here, back for day 28 of 31 days of Orange. Tonight we are going to watch The Secret of Marrowbone. The Secret of Marrowbone, I think that was released earlier this year, so in 2018 in the UK. I think it was February, March, and I believe the surname of the director is Sanchez, and I'll put some of the actors somewhere here and here as well, like very quickly. And it's the story of 4 siblings all together. So there's one older brother and 3 younger ones. I believe there's 2 ladies and 1 gentleman whose mother just died, and so they can stay together. They lie about the death of their mother, so not saying to anyone that the mother is dead. And they obviously sort of got to hide that way. And then there's like the social services who's gonna come and check up on them for some reason. And that's why they're gonna try to hide this from them, because most of the time when stuff like that happened, siblings, like big siblings, like groups like that, like 4 or even 2 sometimes, are often separated, and that's why they're hiding it. And also, whilst they're trying to hide that from everyone in the world, some weird presence is kinda messing with them in their remote house. Well, in the trailer, that where they live looks kind of remote. And yeah, the trailer looks kind of great, and at first I was intrigued by it because I've seen in the on the underground, the poster was like of someone dressed with a bedsheet on them, so like a ghost. And I don't know, like just the poster of it made it quite mysterious and interesting. So I was like, maybe I should check it out. And before I check it out, of course, I will watch the trailer, and the trailer looks awesome. So hopefully the movie will be, of course, good, and if not as awesome as the poster looks good. I can't speak today, but I will see you in a minute for the review of the movie. Mwah. Wow, I think that's the kind of movie I will be happily if it was in the theater, because it will be a bit weird if I will do that at home. I will happily stand up and give it a massive standing ovation, because it was very, very good. It was so good. It was surprisingly good. I mean, I thought it might be mysterious and interesting and sorry, good just because of the trailer and the movie posters on the underground. But actually, that was surprising. What was surprising? I'm gonna try not to spoil you, because you've got to watch the movie to really understand it. I don't know, there's some not superstitious, a word I don't have in my head right now. Anyhow, ambitious, no, not ambitious, arrogant, something like that to say. But yeah, to really understand fully, obviously you've got to watch this review, but obviously to watch the movie. So without spoiling you too much, what I can say is that it's surprising in the fact that you, even though you, well, it was my case, there's some thought of the paranormal of it that I thought, is it real? Is it not? It looks like it's not real, but maybe it's real, as in like actual ghosts and like spirits and shit. But maybe it's not. So throughout the movie, it's like maybe yes, maybe no. But even I was like thinking this when like the big, so yeah, there's a reveal. Well, some sort of a reveal. There's a very surprising moment that if you were not expecting it, such as I was, or if you were just not paying attention enough, you were just enjoying the movie. that was really surprising. I was not expecting that. I was like, what? Shocked and amazed, and I loved it. And what that movie made me think of in the style of it, it's that it was in stylish of Guillermo del Toro, and in that it's, you think, because of the premise of the movie, that being the horror and like being like horrific, paranormal, fantasy kind of thing. Like I'm thinking of Pan's Labyrinth. That it's, I have my doubts, about that movie, and it's still the same about that the Secret of Marrowbone as well. So yeah, so it's like a horror thing, but also it's not. But in the case, well, I think maybe it was not real with Pan's Labyrinth, but because it's so anchored in reality because of the horror that happens in Pan's Labyrinth, for example, with I think that's the Spanish Civil War. I'm not quite sure. There's a war happening, and the lead character in it has got to deal with the life changing of like whatever's happening with her mom and a newborn sibling. And younger sibling as well, just like in the Secret of Marrowbone, and the war as well. So is it a way to escape stuff? And in this, I thought, is it a way for the mother to escape stuff, so to create lies and to tell her children? And so the story of the family is that they had to flee England because they're actually, well, the children are British. But the mom, I believe, if I understood correctly, was raised in the United States, because the house where the children and the youngsters live, it's a house that once belonged to her mother, so like to her family, and so hence she's probably American. She might be British as well. Who knows? But so yes, they had to flee England because of the doings of their father. He's an horrible man, apparently. He's an horrible man, an horrible human being as well. And yeah, so in that I quite like that it's anchored in reality, but like it's subtracts you from it with the horror of the movie. I'm just gonna look at my note quickly, and yeah, so it's Guillermo del Toro kind of feel to it, and lost the style, and just, yeah, such a good movie. So far, I'm not sure, because I'm filming this not in the right order. I'm not sure which movie is my favorite, but it's one of, and which order I've watched them movies, them favorite ones. But yeah, this one will definitely be on my final list of favorite movies. Yeah, and if you enjoyed it so far, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you go. And if you want to know what I've got to say with spoilers, stay on. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you don't want to watch spoilers, if you want to watch the movie, if you don't want to watch the spoilers. If you stay here, thank you very much. And so the spoiler is, it's not, I'm gonna try not to spoil too much actually. I'm just gonna try to give you clues to pay attention to like details, to give you maybe a clue on what might be happening. So it's like a spoiler without being a spoiler, because I think you really need to work the meaning and the sense of the movie by yourself. So I'm gonna try not to spoil you without spoiling you too much. So the clues, I'm gonna give a look at my notes. I'm gonna cheat, so try to avoid to give you too many actual spoilers. So the details to pay attention to is not many details. Well, not many details. There's also many details to pay attention to, but the ones I've noted down, there's like 5 of them. And number 1 is a little boy. So there's actually the oldest, who is a guy, and there's maybe like twin or like very close in age, a girl and a boy, and then there's a little boy who's like maybe 5, 6, something like that. So the little boy who's like a reception age. I think because the mom's dead, at first I thought maybe the lie of the ghosts, so there's like a ghost paranormal kind of story, and like the presence, that supernatural presence, that's like a ghost, was it alive to help the little boy cope with the mom's death. And so it's like, which is something that you could do, because death is quite a hard concept to explain to children. We've tried once when I was in a pair with parents to explain that to people, to the little girl, because she asked. It was at the time there was like a tsunami back somewhere in the Indian Ocean, somewhere near Singapore, I think, in this area of Asia, and people have died, and she was aware of that. And she asked, if I remember correctly, why people die and how is that possible. So we were like, how are we gonna explain that? Anyhow, so pay attention to the little boy, and that the mom, just before she died, she advised the oldest of them all to have a safe place to go in case the father comes after them. And there's a place, like a safe place. I thought maybe like with CIA, FBI, and the police kind of stuff. Is it like a safe house, like a panic room, like a hidden room somewhere, which makes sense, but something that like a bit weird when I first saw that. Like, this weird, but why not? You've got to think that maybe in the spirit of the movie, this thingy, it makes sense. But what didn't make sense to me was the fortress. So at first you don't know what the fortress is, but after, when they've got to take refuge in the fortress, you're like, wait a minute, that's just a pillow fort. And so it's like yeah, there's something fishy in that story, but kind of after him, so I somehow managed to stay in this and pay attention, and to stay amazed by how good this movie is. So yeah, pay attention to the little boy, to the fortress. The next thing will be the relationship between Ali and Jack. Ali, I think the actress who played by the actress who was in is it Sick? A movie with James McAvoy, I think it's Sick. Something he's got some mental health issues. I was about to real spoil you. So yeah, if you haven't watched that movie, it's not a spoiler for you. If you watch that movie, you might have already like a massive clue on what's actually happened in that movie. But yeah, pay attention to the boy, the fortress, and the relationship between Ali and Jack. Ali was a friend of the family, and Jack was the oldest. And pay attention to the mirrors. Pay attention on how mirrors are in the room. Pay attention if there are mirrors in the room, and if there are mirrors in the room, are they covered or not? And try to think why and how. Oh, it's something I haven't written, but also I was about to say relationship, but it doesn't make sense in my head. But anyway, the how it works between the mirrors being covered and the sound, and being covered in the sense of not being able to, so for someone not being able to see them, and the sound that like kind of heard in the background or like behind them. Pay attention to that. So yeah, boy, fortress, Ali and Jack relationship, mirrors, and the last thing. At some point, because the mom is dead, and the house is like, I think they probably have got like the mom's probably got a mortgage on it, and so she's got like payments to make to the bank. And I think at some point there's like so the bankers, I think it's just because the banker seriously is a total wanker. I just said that for the rhyme, but yeah, is an absolute wanker, is a total jerk. But yeah, it's gonna do its job and go collect the final payment. And because the mom's dead, to make the final payment, it needs some paper to be signed. And because the mom died, the Jack and the girl, his sister, is gonna the sister's gonna forge the signature. And a detail to pay attention, and she's practiced because she did like they are organized stuff in case something happened. They've got a plan, like several plans of in case something happened in place, in case something's about to be discovered, or about them being dead, or about who has been discovered. And the thing to pay attention to is in the scene where I can't remember his a name, but it's the scene in which the sister then is trying to be like very pressured on to like forge mother's signature, and so she's practiced on a piece of paper with a stylo plume, fountain pen, and there's a clue there. I think at first I didn't pay attention to it, but when came the end of the movie, I was like, wait a minute, this was a clue. Like, that was something that was just odd. And so the clue is that in our practice, you can see that there's a different style of forgery and of writing. And so the clue is that it's obviously supposed to be her, because she's I mean, that's the guess I have, that people and the directors have thought she's a girl, so she will be more able to forge a mother's signature, which is like a, I guess maybe like a sexist thing that probably the production team thought will be a good idea somehow. But that might be a clue, if it's the case, on why they are different style of writing. So it's not just like, it's difficult if you haven't practiced for a very long time to forge someone's signature. Not that I've ever tried to forge someone's signature. I had a trick to forge my signature at home for homework that worked. Yeah. And actually she used it kinda in the movie. I was kind of like, hey, that's what I've done, and that worked. It didn't work in that case. Well, after a while, the banker, I was about to say banker again, I said, this looks odd, but in my case it worked. Anyhow, stop throwing my flowers myself. And so yeah, the clue is that even though it's a difficult to do the same again and again if you forge a signature that's not yours, the style in the writing and the signature are too different to be of the same person. That's kind of a spoiler, but if you haven't watched the movie, maybe not. So yeah, pay attention to those clues. So I'll summarize: boy, fortress, Ali and Jack's relationship, the mirrors and the sounds that's happened around them, not say with the mirrors in the frame, but having a character looking at them, and the writing of the forgery. And yeah, so I can't recommend that movie enough. I really liked it. If you watched that movie already and if you liked it, do tell me in the comments. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you decide to watch the movie, if you haven't just yet, do tell me in the comment what you think of it, and what other clues, if you haven't said those clues in just this video. Tell me what give you kind of a clue to the meaning of the movie. If you like the movie or not, tell me in the comments. Don't forget to share the video. Once you've liked the video, once you've finished watching this video, don't forget to subscribe. And once you're subscribed, do click on the notification bell if you want to subscribe or not. If you want to subscribe, thank you very much. Then once once you've done that, if you want to click on the notification bell, so little bell by the notification button once you subscribe to receive notification of new videos. And I will see you soon. I will see you tomorrow for day 29 of 31 days of horror. Bye.